Goodness. Good morning, friends. Hello. I'm so happy to be here. It's so bright in here today. This is so different than normal, you guys. Like, there's so much light coming in because the sun is out. I'm so excited. Hello, everyone. If you are here live, I'm so excited that you're here live. Today is Thursday, December the 4th. It's 9 a.m. And we're going to be doing some tarot and oracle and energy card readings today. And I'm very excited to be here with you. I will tell everyone present, if you are here watching the replay, I do my best to go live here on YouTube. Hi, I'm getting the list all set up. Don't worry. If you've sent a payment, I've got it. We do have a list going, so be patient with me, okay? I am here live on YouTube. I do my best to be live on YouTube Tuesday and Thursday mornings at around 9 a.m. Central Time. I have a limited amount of energy that I can allot to doing readings, so that's why I have a list. I know my limit. Once the list is full, it's full. I can't go past that. Readings are $25 US. That is payable through Venmo or PayPal. Consciously Erin is the name across everything I use, my website, my payment methods, everything. No spaces, no dashes, no strange characters. I'm typically not going to send you any kind of messages. I barely reply on any of the social medias, not because I don't read it. I want you to know I do actually read all the comments. I just get hundreds and hundreds of comments a day, so I don't have the energy and the time to sit and reply to every single comment, but I do read all of them, so please know that. I offer a variety of services depending on what you're interested in. I'm a very academic person. I'm a teacher by nature. So I have a school classroom. This is a website, SKOOL. It's called The Conscious Classroom. Nicole, I see you. I will go over my list in just a moment, I promise, all right? The Conscious Classroom, that has many classes available to you. They are built like classes, okay? Nicholas, not Nicole. Nick. They are built like classes. So if you're interested in energy or learning more about that, you can find all of those there. I even have some free classes. I also have a Patreon channel. The Patreon channel is a lot less formal, okay? For $5 a month, you actually get access to the shop and almost all the material in the shop, including downloadable PDFs on a variety of topics ranging from quantum physics to soulmates, like everything in between. You also get access to weekly articles. You get access to first crack at signing up for events. That's where I always announce my events first, is on my Patreon. So go and this person, you have asked me this a lot, and I don't appreciate it. So I don't know what you're getting at with the headbands thing. So please don't ask me again. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So I don't know what you're doing. I completely lost my train of thought because of that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. So today is a full moon, friends. It's a full moon. That means there's a lot of release in the air. The energy that we've been getting that's showing up on the Schumann and is also supporting that release in the air. I am excited to be here with you. Please remember, you can go back and watch your reading again later. The replay will be available right here on my YouTube channel once it's done, right? It takes a minute for it to upload, so you got to be patient with me. But once it's up there, you can go back and rewatch your reading. I encourage you to do that because it can be a lot of information. It can be a lot, and you're trying to keep up with what I'm saying, and you might miss some stuff. So go back and watch it. All right, so again, readings are $25 US, payable via Venmo or PayPal. Do not send payment through YouTube to me, please. Do not do that. If you feel so inclined to send a gift, I definitely appreciate it, but it does not qualify for a reading. YouTube, they're very generous in their sharing of revenue, but it doesn't work that way. So just so you know, I do have some mods in the room. I can see somebody's here. Somebody took a message away, and I appreciate that. I have some mods in the room. They will help me out. They're so helpful for this. Good morning, Marie. All right, so let's update the list. Again, please be patient with me. I already have a list going. That one. Here we go. All right, so here's the list. Jacqueline, you are up first. Then Marie, Stephanie, Maggie, and then Nick. So please be patient, okay, as I make my way through this list. Good morning, Jacqueline. American Abstracts is Jacqueline, right? Just want to make sure. I know I see you all the time in here, but you know how it is when I'm in the channel. I can't remember stuff, so please remind me. I'm looking for Jacqueline. Good morning. Jacqueline is up first, followed by Marie, Stephanie, Maggie, and Nick. Do me a favor if you haven't already. Just jump out, like this live. It helps. Helps. You know, helps a lot. I will tell you, in my readings yesterday on TikTok, I was being very direct in my channel. It's not like my guide is sending me information so much anymore as she's just speaking through me. So there you are. I got you. Just warning you, it was kind of spicy yesterday. Some of the stuff she was saying. Good morning, Meta. So I don't know how it's going to go today, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the same. All right, Jackie, I'm very excited to read for you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm shedding like crazy. It's making me lose my mind. All right, here we go, friend. Yesterday was amazing, right? Oh, sad day for you. Okay, here we go, Jackie. Do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Oh, you needed that. Drop your shoulders. Please give me permission to have access to your energy. Jackie, immediately when I come into your energy, there's so much noise in your environment. I feel a sense of chaos outside, right? I feel as though, so the imagery I'm getting, you know, movie scenes, metaphors, it's like someone standing, it's like the weird camera, I don't know what you call this, where someone is standing and they are still, but the world around them is going rapid speed and everything's happening. And there's just this sense of, I just want it to be quiet. I just want it to be still. Like there's this feeling of building tension, anxiety, or something. And I feel very strongly like this is coming from outside of you. And I understand that you can't help what's happening outside of you. I get that. I kind of feel, though, that there's something that either keeps drawing your attention to it or you keep giving your attention to it. This feels heavy in nature, and it feels like, it almost feels, they're literally showing me a car crash, like you're driving past a car crash. Sometimes you can't tear your eyes away. I don't know. It's like going past a car crash is not helpful for you. And it feels as though there's this need to resolve whatever it is that's drawing you to this. I don't know if this, so for example, I don't know that it's this, but for example, there is currently a documentary on Netflix about Sean Combs, right? And I was curious about it. And I thought, oh, I'm curious about that. And as soon as I started it, I immediately started feeling sick to my stomach. I did not get 10 minutes into that documentary before I turned it off, because it is so out of alignment with where I want to see myself and the frequency that I am receiving that's physically making me ill. I have no idea what's in that documentary. I don't know if it's for him, against him, don't care, don't want to know, right? There's something outside of you that you continually give your attention to that is not healthy for you. And it feels like you know that, but there's something about it. And I'm not saying it's something as trivial as a documentary. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that it's like you know this, but for whatever reason, you talk yourself out of not doing it. Like, let me just check. It's kind of like that one friend, you know, that one friend that you just want so badly for them to get their life together because you care so much for them, and you keep reaching out and you keep trying. And every time you reach out for just a split second, you have hope. You're like, yes. And then they do something and you're like, no. And then you're like, God, you know, so it's something like that. And I'm not a proponent of giving up on people or cutting people off. I'm not, but I am a proponent of strong boundaries, of knowing when you've given enough energy to something that it's no longer helping you, that you need to replenish yourself. When you took that deep breath, I felt your energy relax. It needs to relax. You have got to get this chaos outside of your head. It belongs outside. Leave it outside. Tune your radio a little bit differently, okay? Jackie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. They are asking you, begging you to get in contact with your heart space, and they're asking you to do it now. There's some kind of overwhelm or chaos or something that's happening outside of you, and they tell me that you know this, but you've been avoiding dealing with it, okay? So now is the time for you to release this. Whatever this connection is, they're asking you, they're telling you, they're begging you, please release this connection, whatever it is. The longer you hang on to it, the longer you are going to feel like you are held back, right? Christian, I see you. or Kristen. I don't know if it's Christian or Kristen. I'll have to look. My guides tell me that this has something to do with a tie from when you were younger. Maybe it's a commonality that you feel with this. I've been there. I want to help you. Something like that. But you have to let that go, because whatever this is not ready yet to take those steps. And you can't make anyone or anything do or ingrain anything they're not ready for, right? So my guides tell me that for your energy, friend, there's a lot of potential, but you have to turn your back on the audience to conduct the orchestra. Okay? It's time to turn away from the chaos, turn away from the clashed interest, and allow yourself to transition into a better version of yourself. Right? This is the death card saying this old version of you dying away. And I feel like this tether to whatever this is kind of keeping you from taking those steps. So please have some compassion for yourself as you move through this, and let go of those pieces of your ineffective team around you so that you can usher in a brand new role for yourself. Right? I got to fix my, there we go. So you can usher in a new role for yourself. Jackie, thank you, friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, witch isn't derogatory if you're not brainwashed. I'm just not a witch. It's an inaccurate statement. Good morning, Whitney. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Jackie. Thank you so much. I do still have availability. Let me update the list for you, okay? Thank you, Jackie. I hope that was helpful. So that 100% came straight out of Uriah's mouth, from her through my mouth. So I don't remember. I already don't remember anything I said. I barely remember the cards. So just laying the scene for today, as much as I want to answer questions about your reading later, people are constantly emailing me, and I love getting your emails. I'm terrible at replying, but I do read them. I need an assistant. I just can't afford one. So I lost track of what I was saying, but people email me and they say, oh, can you clarify this about my reading? No, I can't. I don't remember. It's like I'm plugged into your energy. When I disconnect from your energy, it's like the plug is gone. I don't have access to that anymore. So please go back and watch. Hey, Meg, good morning. Go back and watch, all right? Marie, come on down and say hello. Yeah, I'm terrible. Meta, Meg, they can all tell you. Chrissy, they can all tell you. I am absolutely horrible at answering emails. I see them, I read them, but my concept of time is so warped, and nobody understands me when I say this. My concept of time is so incredibly warped that I genuinely have no idea when I read that email. To me, it's the same if I read it 6 months ago or yesterday. It feels the same to me. So I don't know. Like, it's just such a weird brain mush for me with time lately that I'm not trying to make excuses. I really do need an assistant. I'm just broke AF, so, you know. All right. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. All right, Marie, you're up next, friend. Here's the list. Marie is up next, then Stephanie, Maggie, Nick. I think it was Nick. I said Nicole, but I actually think it was Nick. And then it's Christian or Kristen. I got to check that. Let me look. I had a huge epiphany. Kristen. Christin, Kristen, right? And Nicholas, Nick. I had a huge epiphany yesterday in my readings. The reason I am such a stickler for pronouncing your name correctly is because it's the key to your unique frequency, and I am a frequency modulator. So in order for me to key into you, I need to be able to hear through my clear audience in some way the tone of your name. That's the key to your energy. Your frequency is your name. You chose that before you came here. That's why it's important that people pronounce your name correctly. Okay, so always do not feel bad about correcting someone, including me, if they're mispronouncing your name. It's important. Okay, it's important. No, I'm not from France. I don't speak French. All right, Marie, I got you, friend. Turi, I see you, and you are on the list right after Christian. Or Kristen. I'm so sorry. I gotta write that down so I pronounce it better. All right, Marie, I got you, my friend. Thank you for your patience, your time, and everything this morning. Thank you very much. Please don't be vulgar. Got it. Okay, here we go. Marie, do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Marie, I'm getting an image of, so again, movie scenes and metaphors, and I can already feel my channel coming on. So when I look at your energy, I'm given the image of like a kitchen, like not a modern kitchen, but like back in the day, way back in the day when there was a fireplace in the kitchen, right? And there's this subtle grace behind the scenes, like things are busy and like it's as, I feel like I'm in a place where someone's baking a feast. I might be tapping into another life experience of yours, actually, because I can actually smell the food. Interesting. So I'm in a huge kitchen, and it has like stove. It's not a stove. It's a big fireplace. There's a big counter. There's flour literally everywhere. I feel like this is baking, not cooking. There's a ton of people in this kitchen. It's huge. It's like the size of my entire downstairs. Like this is a giant kitchen, but there's nothing modern about this kitchen at all. Nothing. This feels to me, I don't know a time frame, but if I had to guess, I would say medieval times. Like that's what it looks like to me, right? There's a lot of chaos in here, but I'm focused in on one particular person who, it's a woman. She's very short, she's very small of stature, but she's moving with such grace in this kitchen, and it's as if she just instinctively knows where everything is, and she is not panicked and she is not rushed, and it's almost as if a ballerina moving around the kitchen, around all of this chaos, and she'll reach across and grab something and put it in, and then she stokes the fire, and then she reaches over here and puts it over here, and she's smiling, and there's all this joy and light about her, and there's this feeling of she doesn't have to feel that way. There's this feeling of she's making a conscious choice every day to enjoy this aspect of her life. And I have this distinct impression that a lot of her life is very hard, but this piece, this being in the kitchen, I keep hearing the word hearth, this being by the fire, this baking, this is what makes the light inside of her become brighter. And it feels as if no matter what happens throughout her whole day, this is where she focuses. This is where she goes when she closes her eyes at night and brings that light back. And I'm telling you, whatever difficult life she has is really hard. This is not modern times. This is old times, like old times. And I have no sense of modern plumbing. I don't see a faucet. I don't see running water. I see a countertop with flour everywhere and like buckets. So I don't know what's in the buckets, but I see like glass pitchers. They look incredibly heavy, and one of them looks like lead, if I'm being honest with you, and they're pouring water out of it. So, you know, might be some crazy people in there. Just saying. Wow, seems like a very bad idea. It might be mead. I don't know. But this woman, the thing that I think I'm wanting to express with this woman, she is finding herself in a life circumstance that maybe isn't one that she prefers, but there's one spark in there, that being in the kitchen, the preparing the food, the love, the joy, that she allows herself to fully embrace that moment. And throughout the rest of her day, when things are hard, that's where she goes in her mind, because she has made the connection to the idea that they may control outside, but they will never control inside. And yes, life is hard. That doesn't make life any less hard physically, but it makes it less hard emotionally, less hard energetically. And it gives you the opportunity to refresh yourself in the moment. And I'm telling you, Marie, whatever is going on here, they're trying to point out to you that you've got to find that for yourself in this life experience here. That if she can find it there, in the darkest of places, where there's no running water and everything is hard, you can find it here in your little life experience, right? And there's this feeling of sit in that. Find that spark every single day, no matter if it lasts for 5 minutes or 5 hours, and sit in it here. Sit in it here. When you're waiting in line to pick your kids up from school and they just text you and said, oh, wait, it's going to be another hour because blah, blah, blah. Go here. Go here. Go here. There's a piece that you have access to that they're telling me that you don't access as much as you could. So I don't know why necessarily that particular life experience wanted to come through, but I think it had something to do with everything was super hard, but she still found that nugget, right? So Marie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. The first card out is the King of Pentacles in reverse. It says irresponsibility, but this is not about irresponsibility. This is about instability. There's a feeling of instability and a feeling of a lot of things in my life are out of my control, and a lot of things are not necessarily how I would prefer them to be. But part of your experience, part of your awakening experience is learning that your dreams and your desires are actually here. And when you tune to them here, you bring them closer here. So my guides are asking you to let go of your focus on the things around you that don't feel like they're working, have more compassion for yourself every single day, and give yourself permission to slowly make progress towards that you want to experience by allowing yourself to go here, right? They really want you to go here. My guides are telling me that you spend too much time focused on things outside of you that are outside of your control, and that the wheel of fortune is spun around and it is facing in your direction. It's asking you to take these steps, but you have to find that place, right? That's where your third eye can reach you. That's where your higher self can send you the same messages as clearly as possible, but you have to get back here. And that leads to a feeling of authenticity, a feeling of peace, like the light coming up from her chest. It was just really beautiful. These are interesting. Marie, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm telling you, I feel like I have little hairs all over me. Thank you so much. I hope it was helpful. Hello from Denver. Good morning, Melissa. You will get the satisfaction of having hit that button. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The name you have, the name you identify with, the name you feel most resonant with, Stephanie, that's the name. The name you feel most resonant with, all right? Hey, thank you, Marie. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. All right, Stephanie, I think you're next, right? Come on down, Stephanie. Remind me that that's you. I want to make sure I have the correct person. Stephanie is up next. Maggie is up after that. Nick, then Kristen, and then Turin. If you have sent a payment and I did not receive it or say your name, Leela, I just got yours. Just got it. And how about that? I think I said your name right. Ah, progress. Hello, Stephanie Myers. Love it. 7037. Stephanie Myers. Stephanie Myers. That has a famous ring to it, friend. Are you the author, Stephanie Myers? How fun. I love it. All right, Stephanie. You know, all of these books, it's funny because it just brings to mind the idea of frequency and attunement. All these books, all these fantasy books and all this stuff, I believe fully that these things all happen somewhere. That these authors and creatives are simply attuning their frequency to that vibration. I fully believe that the story of Twilight, maybe not exactly that way, but the characters and the essence are absolutely on a frequency somewhere. Just like I believe the stories of Tolkien are on a frequency somewhere, and the stories of Star Trek are on a frequency somewhere, which are becoming way more closer to home. I think all of these characters, all of these impressions are real. Avatar is a frequency that really hits home for me, and I don't know how to explain that, Stephanie, and I'm sorry if that steals your, I'm not trying to go off on a tangent, but it's a it's a frequency thing, you guys. All right, Stephanie, I am so excited to read for you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. All right, here we go. My cards are getting so bent. So bent, not burnt. Here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Stephanie, you have a lot of green in your space. Green is the color, it has several meanings, but the color of the heart. It's also the color of healing. The imagery I'm getting is of a young woman walking through a field. This is not a past life. This is a conveyance of information, right? So my guides use metaphors and movie scenes to often convey information to me. It's not something physical. It's something that's an idea. I will go over that. I'm looking at someone, she's walking in a field, and every step she takes in the footprint that's left behind, there are these little green, Mary Ellen, I see you. There are these little green clovers that seem to grow up in each footprint that she leaves behind. There's a lot of joy in this place. There's a big sun in the sky. There's flowers. There's like a little basket with flowers. The flowers are all multicolored. The thing that's coming forward with this the most, okay, is the green. Green is the color of the heart space. It's also the color associated with healing, right? There is this sense that everywhere you go, you leave behind something that is a little bit healed, right? Like you step on the ground, but you leave behind this growth of little green clovers that look lovely, right? Soft and plushy. There's this feeling that you don't see that because you're focused forward, so you don't see how the footprints behind you fill in with healing and stuff. And I don't think that you even notice the things that you help people with, because this isn't about them. This is about you. I'm looking at someone who's walking through this field and they're very excited about where they are, right? And that's not a bad thing. So I feel like you need to take the pressure off of yourself about what do I need to do? What is my goal in life? What is my journey? What is my blah, blah? No. This right here, this is it, right? The fact that you are walking through this field and each step you leave, this little green grows up in the space, is an indication to me that you're already walking the path of something that you chose to do when you came here. What your problem is you feeling the pressure of the world outside of you trying to tell you that it has to look different or that it has to conform in a certain way, right? My hand is literally itching like crazy. It's like you're holding on to something that you need to just let go of, right? I don't know specifically what this looks like, but I will tell you that you're a natural healer, that this is not something you're working on. This is not something you have to think about. This is not a class that you're taking. This is something that grows in each step that you take. Every indention that you leave behind has these they're like little green clovers. I don't think you need to try so hard to be who you are. I think you need to stop looking for that. I think you need to just enjoy where you are and notice all the flowers in your basket and notice how good you feel in certain situations and foster that feeling instead of telling yourself that it needs to be harder. Why? Why does it need to be harder? It doesn't. Manifestation is easy. It's alignment. That's all it is. Tune your station better, right? Stop letting other people get in your head and tell you it needs to be harder. Who said that? That's a lie. No. Stephanie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. I hope this makes sense. They want you to know that you stand on the edge of potential. But the problem is that you're overthinking things. You're way too in your head and you're allowing, I think, other people to get too much in your space. There is expansion happening for you. So why do you hold yourself back telling yourself that it must look like something else? All that does is foster a sense of I'm stuck, I'm broken, I'm bad, I can't fix it, whatever, right? Let go. Let go. My hand is itching like crazy. Let go. This opens you up to a brand new beginning, putting yourself in the spotlight perhaps for the first time ever and bringing together two ends of something that are finally going to work out. It's not necessarily a relationship. I want to be clear about that. It's the feeling of two ends of something. I've been trying to get this to work and now they finally come together. My guides are telling me that you've been putting this off or holding yourself back or whatever it is for far too long, and they're done with that. It's time for you to embrace what you know is right for you and take that step, okay? Take the step. Stephanie, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. There's so many comments. So that's a good question, Melissa. If someone was to send me a new deck of cards of the same deck, yes, I would use them. I need new decks. So I wear out these decks all the time. And this is my third deck. So I need another one. I just haven't ordered it yet, you know. But that's a good question. So yes, these are paid general energetic readings. They are $25 US. I do have quite a list going, so please be patient. Stephanie, thank you very much. I hope it was helpful for you, friend. I don't remember that, so I hope it was nice. She tends to be kind of spicy. Crystal, I got you. I'm going to update my list. Please remember, you need to be present in the space when it's your turn. If I call your name, please say, "Hi, it's me," or something like that, because your name doesn't always match the name that sent the payment. So this is how I identify you. Remember, I'm a frequency modulator. I need to know your name properly. If I mispronounce your name, please tell me. If you prefer to be referred to in a different way, please tell me, okay? Also know that I take my time with everybody. Please be patient, okay? Maggie. Maggie is next. Then Nick, Kristen, Turin, Leela, Amy, Mary Ellen, Sage, and Crystal. I only have 8 spots left. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. It will go quickly, so keep that in mind. Hello, Maggie. I got you. Maggie, by the way. I love that. BW. I don't know what the BW means. But when I looked at it, I heard, "Hi, I'm Maggie, by the way." And I loved it. All right, Maggie, here we go, my friend. I'm so excited to read for you. Thank you so much. There's a celebration coming up in your energy. I don't feel like it's a surprise, though. Soon. Some kind of celebration? Okay, here we go. Maggie, do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes. Pop in champagne. Drop your shoulders. Are you really? And please give me permission to have access to your energy. Maggie, there's a celebration in the air for you. It is so eminent in your energy that I can literally hear it. I heard a pop of champagne, and like New Year's, I saw the little things come down. There's a feeling of celebration, joy, and accomplishment. That's a big piece of this. There's a feeling of underlying accomplishment, self-satisfaction in this. Not in the bad way of I'm looking down my nose at you, but in the good way of, "Oh, look what I did," you know? Girl, you need to be proud of yourself when this moment comes. This is not a time for being humble, not in the celebration. It's good to be humble, yes, but please celebrate the feeling, celebrate the accomplishment, sit in that feeling. I feel like over the course of your life, there have been many times that you've had these little moments of celebration offered to you, but you always meter them down. You hold back because you've been taught, and you, for some reason, believe that if you feel good about your things, then other people are going to feel bad. And while that may be true, it has nothing to do with you and your accomplishment, and has everything to do with the light showing. It's like the resonance is off with that person. Because your frequency is higher, suddenly they can see all the crap they're sitting in, and they're like, "Ew, why do you get to feel that way when I feel this way? Ew." So this next celebration that's coming up, again, doesn't feel like a surprise, feels like I earned this. There's a lot of self-satisfaction in this. And again, I'm not saying to walk around and look down your nose at people, but you earned this. So please, for the love of God, allow yourself to enjoy the celebration. Be humble later. Enjoy the celebration now. You know what I'm saying? And then what I want you to do is I want you to capture that energy right here and right here. And then when you have a bad day, I want you to revisit that information. Go back to that energy. Sit in that space. Go back to the memory and recharge the heart and bring your energy back to that frequency, because you've given away your thunder far too often to someone else, and it's not okay to do that anymore. You're a grown-ass woman. Stand up and take your applause, okay? Maggie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Something that you've been putting off, right, is coming to, I don't know that you've been putting it off. Something you've been working on is coming to the surface. You had a good, strong commitment to it, and now the fruition, it's coming to fruition. The manifestation is coming forward. There's a celebration in the air, and there's a feeling of wanting you to embrace that when it happens. This is very guided by your higher self. Congratulations on finally listening to your GPS. Someone's not going to like it. You know what I have to say about that? I don't care. This is your time to shine, friend. This is you. You earned this moment. Don't let someone steal it from you because they're sour. This is your dreams and your desires. You've brought them closer to you. But what you have to do is you have to get down in that root and let go of that teaching that told you that you're not allowed to be happy because someone else might be upset. That doesn't make any logical sense anywhere ever in all of existence. So we're not going to do that anymore. When your celebration comes forward, please celebrate it. Please allow yourself to do that. Let go of your fear of judgment. Let go of what might be happening behind the scenes in someone's mind about you. You don't owe them anything. My guides tell me that maybe you need to do a little bit of introspection to figure out why those things mattered to you so much, or to figure out where that teaching came from. But it's not to beat yourself up. It's just to recognize it and pull it out by the root. This is where you start to shine, friend. This is where your clarity starts to come in, and this is when the transition happens. The death card says the old version of you is dying away and a new version is coming forward, but it will require you to be adventurous and step outside of your comfort zone and get out of your head about whatever this is. Maggie, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Maggie. All right. Nick, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. Nick is next. Nick, is it Nick or Nicholas? How do you prefer to be referred to? After Nick is Kristen, Turin, Leela, Amy, Mary Ellen, Sage, and Crystal. That is the list so far. Please be patient as I make my way through this list. I'm working on it. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I will check my email. Nick, got it. All right, Nick. All right, here we go, Nick. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Nick, I feel like when I tap into your energy, as soon as I close my eyes, I started seeing a lot of symbols. Now, I don't necessarily know the meaning of these symbols. I don't recognize them. They feel old, but it's almost like they connect something, like they connect present to past or something like that. Runes, or, you know, in Reiki, when you do Reiki, there's a symbol that you're supposed to do at the beginning of each session that connects you through all time to the energy of Reiki, and it's kind of like that. So there was lots of symbols flowing in your space. I feel like I'm looking at a sage or a wisdom. This is someone who knows how to access the elements around them to gain information and insight into nature, humanity, and the world. But yours feels like it connects over a distance, meaning time maybe, which is interesting. I don't know if you've ever thought about this. I feel like you must have a connection or talk to another version of your higher self, having a concurrent life experience somewhere. Melissa, I see you. Having a concurrent life experience somewhere. And it feels like you have like an exchange of information between these two versions, kind of like, and I'm not saying it's Nostradamus. I'm not in any respect saying it's Nostradamus, but the feeling of Nostradamus, where he would travel through time by staring at his candle to communicate with other people and to convey these quatrains and Dolores Cannon, all this stuff, right? It's something like that. So while I can't necessarily see exactly what it is, there is definitely the feeling that that channel exists and a feeling of wanting you to embrace it a little bit more. I understand that it can be a little bit scary. I feel like I'm wanting to walk into a dungeon with like cobwebs and stuff on it as I walk through the tunnel from where I am to where they are. I want you to understand you're always in charge of your energy. You are king of your castle. Nothing can interfere in your energy unless you have a belief or understanding that it can. So just decide that it can't and then follow this, right? And I'm not saying, oh, it can't. No, I'm saying it cannot, right? Period. End of sentence. We are in control of this castle, right? There is nothing for you to be afraid of. You're not going to get stuck in the astral realm. You're not going to get stuck anywhere. What do you think? You think your higher self doesn't know how to do this? Stop it, okay? So there's this feeling that if you utilize this connection, there's a lot of information that comes through. I do feel like it leads somewhere. I don't know what exactly it's leading to. It is the building of something. You're just in the beginning stages, like pulling the bricks together. Literally, they're showing me making the bricks, not even pulling the bricks together. You're making the bricks. So it's going to be a minute, but the more you get comfortable with this, the more you utilize this, I feel like that's important. Especially the phrase of getting comfortable, get more comfortable with this. All right, Nick, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I have already said. My guides want you to know you are walking into the next phase of your awakening experience. And my friend, this is going to come with a whole lot of progress and a whole lot of forward momentum. They are asking you at this time to reach for your enthusiasm to the best of your ability, because this is what's going to lead you where you want to go. Heather, I see you. This is what's going to lead you to where you want to go, okay? The caveat here is you have a tendency to overthink and overburden yourself with trying to carry the weight of expectations or something like that. And they're saying, no, we're going to leave that behind. Let go of your fear of what this change might actually look like and trust yourself to walk through the change that's being offered to you while conveying patience among yourself and others as you do so. My guides want you to know you're going to have to release something to get through this tunnel, whatever this tunnel is. You're going to have to let go of your fear about walking through the dark by yourself. You're going to be okay because you're never by yourself. Your higher self is right there. King of Pentacles comes forward to say, I've got your back. It's going to work out. Things are going to be stable. Even if in this moment right now you don't feel that, it's going to work out that way. So try to trust. This is a lesson about insecurities and letting them go as you stand on the edge of potential. What are you going to do with it? Right? What are you going to do with it? Nick, I feel like the gauntlet's just been thrown. What are you going to do with it? Okay, spicy. I told you spicy. Hey, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Quick update on the list. Nick, thank you very much. I hope that was helpful. I have several mods in the room. They are doing a bang-up job helping me out. Thank you so much for that. Please be patient, kind, and respectful with all of my mods. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nick, have a wonderful afternoon. Kristen is up next, and then Turin, Leela, right? Turin, Leela, Amy, Mary Ellen, Sage, Crystal, Melissa, and Heather. You guys are all up after that. I have 6 spots left only. The list is filling up very quickly. You need to be in the room to receive your reading, but you can always go back and watch it again later, which is nice, right? All right, Kristen, say hello for me, friend. People, I'm telling you. Okay. I got you, Kristen. Here we go. All right, Kristen, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders. And please give me permission to have access to your energy. So, Kristen, when I look at your energy, the first thing they are conveying to me is an image of a dove. So this is something I actually borrow from the show Wednesday. People tend to be divided into categories of raven or dove, in my mind anyway. Doves tend to be those who lean in a certain direction, and those ravens tend to be lean in a different direction. Doesn't mean bad. I want to be very, very clear. Raven does not mean bad. It's a different set of tools. That's all it is. I want to be very incredibly clear about that. When I look at your energy, though, you are definitely a dove. You're much more of a light color, right? You have a much lighter energy than others. For me, typically this means that the things you work with are going to have frequencies outside of Earth. The Earth-based tones are helpful, but you are going to resonate better with things like angels. I mean, that's a weird word because I don't necessarily think they're little cherubs with wings, but the energy that we associate with the name angels, goddesses, these are all just frequencies. They're all just frequencies that we've given names to. We've personified, made them look like people, and they're not. They're just energies. But these are the things that you're going to work with the easiest, okay? Not because you can't work with these other things, but because of the frequency of your energy. This is what you're going to receive more clearly and more accurately, okay? I do feel as though you already have this stillness inside of you, and I feel like you're doing a good job of holding that. There's nothing that I can point to where I can say, hey, you need to work on this. This is out of balance. This is bad, whatever. No, that's not at all what I'm getting from any of this, okay? I will tell you, I think that there's a lot of people around you who like to take advantage of this good heart of yours, and I think you know that, but I also don't feel like you have it out, that it's out of balance. I don't think it's out of control. I don't think you're being taken advantage of to the point that you don't understand. I just think you have a good heart. And so sometimes you choose to believe the best of people instead of seeing what they're actually trying to show you. So my one word of advice for you as I close out this session right here before we turn to the cards is people show you who they are. Believe them the first time. Trust your instincts. It doesn't mean they cannot change, but your instincts are always going to be correct. If someone's telling you one thing and you feel a different thing, then you have got to honor what you are feeling. At least honor yourself, right? So many other people will disrespect you and disrespect your feelings, but please don't make it you, right? Your intuition is strong. You feel better when you're in a higher vibration. You feel better when the sun is out. You feel better. I mean, obviously everybody does, but you specifically feel better in those moments, right? So when someone comes along like a rain cloud in your space and they're telling you, no, 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 there's going to be a rainbow, and you're looking going, but it looks like a rain cloud. Listen, okay? Please listen. I don't know who it is in your space that's doing this, but there's something that feels like a rain cloud in your space. Kristen, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. You stand at the edge of a lot of potential, friend. There's so much opening up for you, and it's you're welcome. It's just like, just go into it. Just take the steps, right? You have all the emotional wisdom you need, and most of the time you keep yourself in a pretty good state of alignment. The thing that I'm saying is make some good decisions, right? About who you're taking information from, who you're allowing into your space, who you're giving away your energy to. Make some better decisions about that, because again, I feel like there are some people who are more than willing to take advantage of your good heart, and it's not that you should cut them off or anything like that unless you're ready to, but I think if you were to take back some of your energy from these little siphons off on the side, you'd find you have more energy than you expect. The Wheel of Fortune is in your space, telling me that things are changing, they're moving in your direction, and they're putting you in a state of recovery. This is your time to learn about empowerment, and what that means for you is stepping outside of your comfort zone. You cannot grow in a comfort zone. That's why it's a comfort zone. So I'm going to encourage you, Kristen, whatever it is, whatever this conversation or boundary or whatever that needs to be set. And it feels like more than one person, if I'm being honest. This almost feels like a job. Like, it feels like the way I'm feeling it is like a line, and then there's a bunch of people on this side. And I feel like when I cross that line, then all these people kind of want to take advantage of my energy. But you can... It feels almost like a job. Like where I'm going, it's just sucking the ever-living life out of me. And I get that we all need jobs. I get it. That's why I'm here. But that can be temporary. Find something better. In the meantime, work your job, but find something better. Here, create something. Be something. Become something, right? Your household. Oh, well, friend. If it's your household, friend, then I don't know how to tell you to deal with that because it feels like a lot. But I think you need to deal with it because it is a lot. So I'm not going to give you marital advice. I'm going to tell you something's going on here, and I think you know it, and you need to take care of it. All right? Turin, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. Turin is up next, and then Leela, Amy, Mary Ellen, Sage, Crystal, Melissa, and Heather. And Amanda. Oh, it's for her husband. Hold on. look at that. Hold on. Angie. Okay. Andy is up after Heather. Got it. All right. Turin, you are up. Come on down and say hello. Hi, Turi. Turi. Turi, is that correct? All right. Okay. Turi, I'm very excited to read for you. Thank you for the opportunity. I feel like I want to give you a hug. I feel like you have some wounded child energy in your space. Please don't take offense to this. When I look at your energy, I'm sorry, let's ground, please. Do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your space, all the way down your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders. Please give me permission to have access to your energy. Thank you. Okay. So when I look at your energy, the very first thing I see is this child who's got their knees drawn up and arms around their knees, and they're in the corner. And I don't know if it's fighting or just noise in the room, but the child feels overlooked. And I don't know that the parents, because I'm looking through the eyesight of the child, I don't know what's really going on with the parents. I only have the perception of the child. There's a feeling of being overlooked, a feeling, I don't know if disregarded is too strong of a word, or pushed to the side maybe. Like, go over there, don't talk, go over there, you know? I feel like you're a very good observer of the situation. This made you an observer. You see patterns, you see things playing out, but it's also made you very timid in stepping forward. This little version of you needs some attention. It's holding you back in multiple aspects of your life. And it's not that I'm saying that you don't, like, to me, it feels like you're all spice or nothing. Like, you get to a point where you go, blah, right? There's no controlled release here. And that's what it's supposed to be, is dealing with it in the moment and not allowing it to get so built up. I think because you felt so pushed to the side, ignored, whatever, that it's permeating a lot of aspects of your life. And I think that if you can heal or help to heal that little version of yourself by understanding that you had no control over that, and I see you now, and everything, whatever it is that they do with inner child work, I'm not an inner child specialist. I think that little version of you needs some attention. And I think there's a lot of places in your life that you feel stuck that are related to this. And on the surface, I guarantee you're probably going, what? Or rolling your eyes or something, because that's the ego jumping up going, no, I'm fine. Are you? Are you though? It's okay to not be fine. It's okay to have hurt feelings. It's okay. You don't have to put on a face for everybody. You certainly don't have to put on a face for yourself. Why would you do that? So, again, Turi, there's this feeling of wanting you to acknowledge and work with some sort of wounding in your inner child space. I don't know what that looks like specifically, but it has the feeling of being pushed aside, ignored, or a perception of being put in the corner somehow, and feeling small in the space. I think it makes you binary in your energy, meaning it's all or nothing sometimes. And I think there's a much better way to live, a much more consistent way to live, where you can slowly let this out, be in the calm state and deal with things. I'm not saying that you need to roll over and take it when someone's kicking you in the back. But I am saying, instead of letting it get to the point to where they're kicking you in the back, why don't you address the issue head on, right? Then you don't have that problem. Then you don't feel like you have to defend yourself because you've cut it off before it even got there. And that's power. That's power. So the disempowerment, there it is, there's the message. The disempowerment of when you were younger is permeating into multiple aspects of your life, sometimes causing a roar of want power over myself. I don't think you're trying to hurt anybody, but that wanting my own control is erupting, right? You need a cleaner path, and I think there's some healing work down in that young dungeon that needs some attention. Turi, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. You've got to focus, friend. Look at the picture. You see the kids? You've got to focus. Your inner child needs some nourishment and some attention, okay? She needs some nourishment and some attention.